Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Mystic Bunny Burrow. So today we are going to have a reading of tarot and oracle cards for the month of December. Of course, this doesn't mean that the general reading would be very accurate, because of course it is a general reading, but still I'm going to go forward with it, and you can pick any card of your choice, any card deck. Either you can choose the purple bead, the green bead, or the white bead. Alright, so your choice was either the first deck or the purple glass, this ball, or maybe your choice was just the first deck. Whatever your choice was, let's go with it. I hope that it matches well with you and it helps you out. So the first card in the deck is a message from the spirits, the universe, the stars. So let's figure it out. This card is called Earthed, but I have my own representation of this card. For me, this card is a feeling of loneliness, but that is not always a negative aspect. Maybe you are lonely, but maybe you want to be alone. Maybe this is a time of self reflection and there is adventure in your mind. There might be fear of the upcoming or self loathing in the past, but yes, that's what I'm getting. You are a dreamer, because such people are often very creative and they are often very innovative as well. So, this card represents them, and this is a card of fantasy. You are a chaser of fantasy. It might be relating to a thought process, or maybe you are imagining something, maybe achieving a goal, or are you setting a target? There can be anything. And I see that there is sadness at the brim, like you are maybe sad about something, but that is not all this card is about. This card also suggests us that there is restlessness, and so I suggest that you find a balance in your life. This card is all about balance as well, and you need to find love in nature. Maybe that will grow your heart into kindness, and see where it takes you. Not everyone is your enemy, and not everyone is a friend. There are always hidden opportunities that lies around, but yes, I suggest that this is what you keep in mind. There are opportunities, and there is friendship, there is safety, there is a need of balance, there is fear as well. But yes, the message clearly states that you don't need to really be worried about much. Learning how to be human in a world, but not of it, it is part of your life. You are a human, you will make mistakes, you will feel certain emotions, but that is fine. So that was our first card. The next card is Santosha card. Santosha means contentment, okay? So we are going to follow through what this card might mean. Santosha is more of a feeling of spiritual growth. We have already learned about the emotional message that the universe have for you. Now we will go with what the spirits, the deities have the message for us. Okay, we will need to learn the message from the deities, the spirits, and this is what we got, which is Santosha. Santosha is all about contentment, and this is a place where you can relax, unwind, and be content with where you are. We already have learned that you are finding a balance with the previous card. You are finding your happiness, you are finding perspective, you are dreaming. And this card represents that spiritually you need to find a place where you can be relaxed. You need to find contentment. You have done tremendous work, okay, to be at this place. So now is the time to let it sink. Okay, let it sink in and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Okay, we have often spent our whole lives striving towards the next goal, or like skipping over accomplishments. Okay, we have never allowed ourselves to experience true contentment, which is santosha. So I suggest that for the present moment, take a few moments to close your eyes. Okay, place your hand on your heart and take a deep, long breath. I think this will give you a restful, peaceful mind out of all your troubles if you're having any. And take a few moments to, just contemplate where you currently are or how far you have come. Okay, you need to know that you are blessed to be where you are. If you are having a bad time, that is also a blessing in disguise, because very often these bad times are what builds you up, builds your growth, your confidence. Okay, so not everything that is happening is bad. And I know that there might be feeling that you might be feeling that you are lonely, or you are not doing your best like the previous card represented. But that's fine, that will be fine. You will not fall behind, okay, by taking a pause. You need to just appreciate the people that love you. You need to feel safe, you need to feel supported, and that is in fact what will balance you out. Okay, your future endeavors, you need to know that there will be earth energy that will be nourishing you. Okay, so for the next card we have air. This is a card which represents the message from the stars, similar to the universe, but a little different because it also works with elemental basis. These elements help you out. The card air in fact represents a broader aspect like objectivity and logic. Air in itself is something that is detached, abstract, emotionally distant, but there. It is around us, all over the place. Air is something which is everywhere. This card is a big card because it is talking about open mindedness, open minded personalities, objectivity, and learning. Okay, so this card is what is influencing the other cards as well, and they are also influencing this card. It means that you need to be earthed, like you need to be balanced, leveled. You need to let go of certain things, find contentment, and you need to find that you have to be have to have some objective, a personality of learning. You need to think, learn, network, share ideas, be open minded, see the broader perspective. Okay, like you need to have time for your imagination, which is very beautiful, which is very perfect. Okay, you can have that like in the first card that we have represented. But air is the invisible world of thought. Okay, and there's intellect, there's philosophy, like the open sky. It hovers around the ground, it hovers around everywhere. It is high reaching, it is like the forward thinking. Okay, so this is an abstract way of giving you a message that you can touch, manifest emotional or physical things. Okay, you have everything that you will need for yourself. There are obviously shadows of some things that may be distracting you, but that's fine. You are fluid like the air, you are everywhere, you can reach everywhere. This is kind of a motivational card. Okay, now we come to our tarot deck, and it gives us the King of Pentacles. Since this is a reverse card, reverse cards are often found as something negative, but I don't think so. But let's see, because the reverse card, when it comes to love, it might mean that there is some sort of stubbornness. There is conservative thoughts, like there is greediness, or there is some materialistic thoughts in your mind, okay, like you are thinking about the materialistic value, the profits, the losses, the gains in your relationship. Or maybe it is the other person who is thinking such thoughts. Maybe in your family you are having issues regarding your targets, your goals, okay, that might also represent your stubbornness, which comes with this card. This card is of the king falling, okay, and this means that there might be some things with, or some people that will be after you for your resources, or your emotional input. They might be looking for you for sharing their thoughts, but yes, don't be irresponsible, okay. You need to be a little bit of more wary of the characters in your love life. And if you do not have a love life, on one hand, this person may just be someone from a future partner in this month, or it may also represent your family or your friends. But you need to have some sort of balance in your life. You need to think about yourself as well, okay. Not everything is about the others. On the other hand, the person, your partner, maybe your family, can use their materialistic means as a way of controlling you, your family, or maybe your friends. There might be some sort of issue there. If this doesn't signal a person in your love life, then right now this card might suggest that will be a period of emotional or financial insecurity, or there might be jealousy involved, okay. You might have a crush on someone, or even in your family you might have a sibling whom you are jealous of, or there might be a feeling of jealousy based on the luck that they have. You might feel that you are out of luck, or you might feel that you are being manipulated, but that's not all. You need to know that everything has its meaning, its root, and not everything is about what you are actually seeing. So maybe don't take too much of a precaution, but yes, you need to be level headed. Even if you are imagining things, you need to have a perspective, you need to find contentment. Yes, you need to be open minded, you need to be objective, you need to learn from things, but you can also be balanced by finding the significant details which are handling your life. You need to be responsible, level headed. You don't always need to be dreamy. Yes, it's good for you, but you also need to patch things up where you're finding that things are not as they seem, okay? Now, when it comes to career, our King of Pentacles reversed may be a signal of unsuccessful work projects, or at worst, the closing of a business or the loss of a job. There can be a lot of instability when it comes to work. You may be tired of your job, and this can highly affect the quality of your work, or your motivation drops. Okay, sometimes this card can also signal a ruthless person at work that may discourage you or try to undermine you. It is important to ignore the negativity and focus on what you need to do, okay? You need to find contentment, but you cannot always be an airhead. You need to always be balanced, okay? So, engaging with such selfish and greedy, manipulative people will only drag you down. Instead, concentrate on your career, doing your best, If you have been looking for a promotion or a raise, this card might mean that you need more experience in things, okay? This is not the right time to change targets and things. But yes, that's it. So as for the financial perspective, this card might mean that there is a financial loss, or in the worst case scenario, there is a debt. Okay, financial resources can be very tight now. You may have gambled away your savings or made poor financial decisions. Alternatively, the reverse of King of Pentacles can signal that you may be hoarding your resources, and your stinginess okay, stinginess is the right word, may make others think negatively of you. But that's just the alternate thought that I had. Okay, this card may represent greed, indulgence, sensuality, but yes, this is not the only aspect. You already have your message. This is how December would go. I hope that this message helped you, and I hope that you would subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching. So for those who chose the second deck, may it be the second number, which you might find lucky, or may it be the blue glass ball. Whatever your choice, we'll go with that. Okay, I hope that this card would be significant to you. There might be some significant message that would help you out with your December planning. So the first card is All Paths Lead Home. Okay, this is about inner authority, intuition, turning your gaze within. This card is really great card. Now let's see what it have for us. So this card, All Paths Lead Home, is about achieving something. Okay, this is about inner peace, instinct. Okay, so this is all about having inner peace and instinctually turning into yourself, looking at yourself, looking within you. Okay, and you need to find inner strength, like peace. You need to find peace, whatever your situation. Peaceful strength, like peace brings in good inner strength. You need to look into your intuition. You need to work with intuition. You need to know that crises are just made by you. Like maybe you are not all depending on your workforce, on your own strength. Maybe you are disregarding yourself, but there are issues, whatever issues you're facing, they may not be all a strange conclusion. It may be about yourself. You are the one who are focusing too much on it. So you need to let go of it. You need to learn from whatever mistakes you have made. You need to focus on what you really need to do. Okay, look into yourself. I am sure you will find that there are opportunity only when your mind is stable. Okay, so be prepared. Restlessness needs to be dealt with. You really don't need to be restless always about all the things. Okay, curb that. You know that the restlessness is just a fragment of your emotion. Okay, so I know that there might be pressure of the future, and that is what is causing your restlessness, and that is what is causing your abrupt halt before your goal can be reached. But you need to know that time is a foundation, and within this time you need to do something pivotal. You need to have a specific target. You need to find balance. Okay, so like confidence can improve over time. There is a choice of fluidity in whatever you do. Okay, but emotional turmoil and obstacles and paths, they will always be there. Okay, so draw lines between the materialistic world of profits and gains and losses and focus more on the inner self for better abundance of things. Okay, you need to focus on yourself within you, and that will find you an emotional balance. This is more of a message towards the emotional balance. Okay, so don't like rush over everything. Okay, there is energy of course around you, but you also need to set your targets, your goals, and also focus on your inner self. Let go of the oppressions. Okay, don't always keep thinking about them. Think for yourself for once and think from within you. You don't always need to focus on the outer aspects of life. You need to find an inner balance. Okay, this is the card about that. Now, the next card is our message from the spirits. Okay, this message was from the universe. This message is from the spirits, the gods and deities, and this message is significant because it is more about spiritual growth. Let's see what it is. Oh, we have a message from the deity Ganesha. Lord Ganesha is a very significant lord. Okay, and we will see what he needs us, what message he has for us. Okay, now Lord Ganesha is the god of new beginnings and remover of obstacles. So all we need to know is that he is the beginning of new ventures. Okay, this is more about bringing you joy and success. Okay, this is about joyful experience, something new. And Lord Ganesha is known to often remove the roadblocks placed before you, like granting you a smooth transition into this very moment. I know that roadblocks don't always exist, but like this card suggested, there might be an aspect where you're facing issues. So, Lord Ganesha will remove those for you, and he also represents uh, like fluctuation of something, fluctuation of your mind, a fluctuation of your goals and targets. And when you are calm, when you have calmed your mind down, it also represents that you might overcome any obstacles. So Lord Ganesha will continue to bring you good luck, success, and harmony with the sweets of Ananda, which means how can I say? It means happiness. Okay, joyful experience. You will find that. You will find that, but you need to be aware of your true consciousness. Okay, you need to be aware of your true consciousness. Without being aware of what you really want, you cannot move forward, and that's how this card relates to us. Okay, we need to find inner peace before we go look for our happiness, our joy. Okay, the next card is the card a message from the stars, the zodiacs and elements. Let's see, we have the south node, which is destined to release. Okay, destined to release, this card says, and this is the south node. Okay, let's see what this card has for us. Now let me tell you that south node is a card opposite of north node, and it means destiny or fate. Like, this is a big card. We also had Lord Ganesha as a big card, and this is also a big card. So it means that this deck is very impactful to your life in December. Okay, it is all about finding inner peace, finding inner joy, and finding your destiny, your fate. So this is all about, like, the north node is known to be the head of the dragon, and the south node is the tail of the dragon. It represents your soul that is moving in this lifetime, and this is your axis. Okay, this is like there is an unchangeable current that is carrying you in the opposite direction. This means that you have only, grazed the surface of what your life is offering you. Okay, the beauty of your north, the south node is far from reach, and it is only found when you are letting it go, like you are letting your emotions go. Okay, so, and through entering this current, you balance the axis, like finding peace, finding fulfillment. Okay, it just means that you need to find your relationships and situations that have shaped you. You need to remember what your life is all about. Okay, what haunts you, what is really profound in your life. And this is a message that whispers about what have you learned till now. So the South Node is all about finding your path. Like this card represents, and this card represents, you need to find your path, your peace, okay, before deciding for anything else. Now, how to do that? I think this card will talk about it. The Tarot of card 11 of Justice. Oh, but we have a reverse justice. Let's see what this card has for us. Now, the Justice card in reversed means a lot. It is a big card again. This entire deck is a big card. I think, okay, all of you who chose the second deck, they must be facing something big this December. Anyway, it doesn't always needs to be impactful, but it may change your life or destiny. Anyway, let's see what this card means. Okay, so the Justice tarot card relates to, karmic justices, legal matters, the cause, the effect. Okay, so this is, like the card suggests, this is about gaining justice. But when it comes to the reverse card, it means injustice, karmic retribution, like dishonesty, corruption, lack of accountability, or unfairness, or something, or avoiding something. Okay, so let's see. So the general meaning of this card means that there is injustice or avoidance of karmic justice. Okay, this may take form of being treated unjustly in your life. Like this is something that might mean that you are being treated unjustly in your life regarding something, like being treated unfairly or being affected by the choices and actions of someone. You may feel like you are being victimized or blamed for something that is not your fault. Whatever the situation, you may try to maintain your balance. Okay, you need to try to maintain your balance. Even if you don't create the situation, you can choose how to react to it, and then that can be a lesson in itself. So justice in a reverse position can also be an indicator of someone trying to avoid their karma. Like you may have done something and you need to pay for that. Okay, it can be something good, it can be something bad, and that's all there is to it. Okay, if you have played a part in creating your current situation, either by bad choices or actions, or any good action, whatever the circumstances, whatever the situation, the conclusion might be bad or good depending on what actions you have taken. You have to be accountable for it. And that is why you need to have the inner peace, the direction, the destiny, and that is what you will find. Okay, so don't try to blame others or avoid the consequences. Just learn from it and move forward to a wiser and more self-awareness. Like you need to be more self-aware of the situation. The Justice tarot card reverse can also indicate dishonesty. Like if you have ever been caught out in a lie, so don't try to justify it or lie again. Okay, I think that lying again and again or justifying yourself might have consequences. So just draw a line. You need to draw a line, and you need to focus on what you really need. Okay, you need to focus on your consequences and what you can do in future instead of just dwelling in the past. Okay, so it can also indicate that someone very hardline or uncompromising views you as their enemy. Okay, this may be that people around you, or maybe you, are prejudiced about something. Okay, so examine this and determine how you want to be or what you want to be in your life. If you're involved in a legal dispute, it is not favorable card, so please be quiet, hope for a better outcome by just being balanced, finding peace. Okay, you need to find peace with whatever the situation is. Now, when it comes to love and relationship, in love contest, if you are in a relationship, justice reverse can be a strong indicator of being caught out in a deception or cheating. Okay, so if you have been cheating on your partner or lying to them, so expect a big repercussion about it. You may also find that any arguments between you and your partner seem endless with this major arcana trump card, and that is how it is. It can also be a sign that you feel you are not being treated fairly or as an equal in the relationship. Before you go casting judgments on your partner, first examine your own role in the relationship and ask yourself if you are being fair by blaming your partner. If you access your relationship issue and you feel you are blameless, you should try to learn from the situation. Okay, so remember, we teach people how to treat us, and what we have put up with, we end up with things that are bad for us. So try to learn about yourself first and then be the judge of others. Okay, and if you're single, then the justice reverse can indicate that while you may feel you are ready for the relationship you deserve, you have still not learned the lesson from your past relationships that are necessary for you to move forward and avoid repeating the same mistakes. It can also indicate that you tend to lack a balance in relationship, and this may be causing your relationship to, go all around, flounder all around. We all get caught up in a initial excitement of new love, but be careful not to lose yourself completely. Okay, try to maintain a balance between your love life and your independent life. When you meet someone, it will give you your relationship the space that you need. Okay, if you have treated your past partners badly, justice reverse can be a sign that you may be suffering the consequences of your action. But yes, if nothing of that sort has happened and a relationship is all good, still you need to find your path, your inner peace. You need to know that there will be joy, there will be abundance if you are trying hard to be yourself, to find yourself. You just need to have a destiny, your fate. Okay, you need to have a destiny in mind, a set goal, a target. If you don't already have something in your mind, then what will you do with your life? You need to set your goals first before you do anything. And December 2022 is perfect for setting goals for the next year. Okay, now when it comes to money and career, justice reverse may indicate that you are being treated unfairly in work. Perhaps you are being blamed for others' mistakes or shortcomings, and perhaps you feel others are trying to sabotage you. Whatever the issue, don't be hasty in your reaction. Okay, it is better to hold back and take a logical approach to resolve the issue. Don't charge and confront the culprit, as with justice in reverse, arguments and angry behaviors may be coming back to bite you. So it can be a sign of corruption in business. Don't try to avoid the consequences, but hold your hands up and learn from your mistakes. You will be respected for it. So justice reverse can also be a stronger indicator for lack of work-life balance. So be mindful of putting too much emphasis on your entire work or personal life. Okay, like find a balance, find inner peace. Financially, avoid risk investments or gambles, as you're not likely to be in luck with this card. Like really, it is reverse justice. It can indicate injustice in relation to money. So be very cautious of people you are doing financial deals with at the moment, and they may not be trustworthy. So try your best, okay? So that's the end of it. You have got all the big cards. So focus on your life first before focusing anything else, okay? Focus on your spiritual, emotional growth and find a path, a destiny. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, okay? Now, for those who chose the third deck, may it be the third number or may it be the white glass ball, here's your prediction for the December month. Let's go with it. I hope that it gives you a good message for your month of December and it helps you out with planning your month ahead. So the first card is our message from the universe. Let's see what we have here. It is, I remember. A soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Now this card is a really beautiful card. Let's find out what this has for us. Now this card may mean that your fate of life is in your own hands. So it's your destiny, your choice, whatever you do with it. What you face is not always bad. So please keep in mind that there is it is there to prepare you for later, okay? Your obstacles, they are not really trying to sabotage you always, okay? They are trying to make you learn, make you strengthen, okay? So that you can find your fate of life. So look at yourself and search for your source, okay? Feelings and emotions are your strength. Depending on someone is not a bad idea, but if you feel weak, where you feel the weakness, the loneliness, you can always find others to depend on, okay? Nothing stays as it is, but you can always try your best. Don't blame yourself, okay? Being practical is not bad until you are thoughtlessly abandoning your heart, okay? So please, practicality is good. Blaming yourself is also good, but to a certain degree, okay? You need to have some emotional dependence on yourself. You need to strengthen yourself emotionally. You can depend on others, but please remain cautious of your own thoughts. You are not really going to a negative direction. You just need to see the positivity in everything, okay? Your hard work is never useless. So even if you are seeing that your situation is going into a negative direction, just try to resolve it internally. Try to not think too much about it. You can always talk about it with others. There's no need to always be stern with yourself, because give yourself some time, okay? Remember yourself. You have a fated life and you have a destiny life, and both of them are important to you, okay? But it doesn't mean that you will just not focus on yourself for the time being. Like, focus on yourself first, okay? And the next card, I know that all of you might not understand this card very well, but it just means that you need to look into yourself, but also remember that your life is about variety of things. Yes, and they are very significant, important to you, and you don't need to always think too much about them, but you just need to keep them in your heart, and you can always depend on others when the time comes. But anyway, let's see what this card suggests, and maybe things would be more clear with this card. So this card is a message from the deity, the spirits, and this is Kriya. Now I am only reading I'm not reading the reverse card, okay? I'm only reading the upright cards for the deities or spirit messages, but that won't be so for the tarot card. But yes, for Kriya, I'm going to read it upright, and let's see what this means for us, okay? Now we know that these two cards must be mixed with each other, they mean something together, okay? There are certain times when one card is not clear, but with the other card we get more of a clear message with it, okay? So this means that Kriya is actually the effortless flow of something. Okay, so life might feel like it is just floating away, just floating by you. Okay, but you have a path, you have a higher purpose. Okay, and doors are opening for you. This is the message. So I think that we finally know what this card signified in more detail. Like, it is just a card about finding your path, finding your way, and that is what this card must have also meant. And this card is just detailing it out. Okay, so there are connections that lead to another situation or things, and these may make you feel overwhelmed, and this is how life is meant to be experienced. But when you are doing something that is required of you, there may be less effort you need to put into it. Okay, the universe is just guiding you into the direction of what you need to do. Okay, it is assisting you to fulfill what your role is. Okay, you don't have to push, but rather you can surrender to whatever the situation demands of you. Okay, you don't need to look too much into it, but you can fall right into whatever the situation is currently. If there is a job, a target, a relationship you need to acquire, and you are focusing on that, you don't need to think too much about it. You can just dive into it, and your path will be set if you are working towards your goals. Now, keep up with the flow, don't lose your sight. Okay, that is what you need to focus at. There will be uplifting emotions, there will be situations which are favorable to you, but you need to look into it, and you need to be well preserved for what is to come. Okay, now the next card is a message from the stars. It is the card Pisces. It is about intimacy, intuition, and compassion. Now, this card may mean a lot of things, so let us see what it means for us. This is a card about psychic connections, serving something greater than the self. Okay, there is intuition, sensitivity, compassion, and intimacy. There is forgiveness. This is what the card is showing me. This card is about sensitivity. It is a beautiful card, and it deals with yourself, your spiritual and physical self. Okay, and it lets your body adapt towards a more emotional input, which means that if your body is experiencing something, okay, which is energy of some kind, like temperamental energy, which can be hot energy, like it means that there is compassion in you. Okay, an energetic output to your life, and that just means that this Pisces card is trying to tell you that you can put your thoughts into your feelings, and your feelings into your judgment, which means that you can do what you really want to do. Okay, this card is all about finding like reflecting yourself, finding inner peace, like going with the intuition and finding compassion for yourself. Okay, I kind of can relate these cards with this one. It just means that you need to focus on your emotions more than anything else. Okay, you need to focus on what you need to carry out, your duty, your responsibility, and you have to work with it. It is kind of like a story. Okay, these three cards are kind of like a story. This card told you about the emotions, the judgment that you're having, and the fate that you have. Okay, your inner stability. And this card is all about going with it, going with the flow, trying to find the exact direction. And this card is all about really finding a support and an emotional instinct and compassion within you. Okay, so the next card might mean something. This is Seven of Pentacles. Now let's see what Seven of Pentacles have for us. Now Seven of Pentacles reversed just represents something which is not finished, like you have not finished what you started. There's laziness, there is aimlessness, and there's procrastination, like not putting in effort. Okay, like there might be cash flow problems, like lack of growth, setbacks, delay. There might be impatience. You have lack of reward, and there is a lack of reflection. So this is kind of related because this is just putting it into wordings. Like in the month of December, you might have a situation where there is an issue, where there is negativity, there's laziness, there's aimlessness, there's lack of reflection, and these cards are just the messages that are telling you to follow your path, to direct yourself more effortlessly. Okay, so let's see the general meaning and interpretation first of this card. The card just means that you may have been working very hard or putting a lot of effort into something for a little bit of reward. It can also indicate that someone is taking on too much, like overdoing it, or being an workaholic. Alcoholic, no, I said workaholic. You may be feeling that nothing you do pays off, while others seem to, like get what they want easily. Alternatively, this card may also mean that there is a lack of effort, there's laziness, aimlessness, and if this has appeared, then I think it signifies that there are a lot of changes of plans or life direction. There is a lack of direction, so you need to make changes there. And like it can also represent setbacks, delays, frustration, impatience, like not finding and not finishing what you started or what you imagined. Okay, so you need to focus on that. Then when it comes to love and relationship, in a love tarot spread, if you are in a relationship, it might mean that it is not so great. Okay, like this card is not that great when it comes to love and relationship, as it can represent a relationship hitting a rough patch, but it can also signify like getting bogged down with some negative news, or maybe there is a lack of growth within the relationship. You may both, your partner, you, or maybe if it is about your family, you may need to have a me time. Okay, you need to take a break from the regular norm. And it can also be an indicator that one or both of you are not putting too much into it. You are not really working towards your relationship as you should be, which can lead to a loss of connection. It can also mean that you may be frustrated that the relationship is not progressing as quickly as you want it to, or may feel like your efforts are going to waste. Okay, whatever the issue, you need to stop and take look at what's important in your life and refocus your efforts on bringing that to you. You may need to completely rethink the plans you made together, or whatever you decided with your family or maybe your friends. Okay, you need to know where you are heading exactly. If you are single, then this card might indicate that you may be overly focused on the career or the materialistic wealth, and you don't have time for your love relationship, or you may be frustrated that your love life is not progressing in a way you would like to. So look at where you are focusing your efforts. Okay, the man or woman of your dreams is probably not just going to knock on your door, so you have to make the effort to get out there and meet people. So at the same time, trying too hard can come off as being needy or desperate. So like, make an effort, but don't be overly controlling or pushy. So love needs to be nurtured, but also given the room to breathe and grow. You will really find the path you want. Okay, and these cards might be helping you out there. Now for the money and career, the tarot card reverse either indicates that you are putting too much effort into a career or not enough. Okay, so either way, what you are doing is not paying off in a way you would like it to. It can indicate that you are a workaholic or overworking to the point that it becomes counterproductive. Alternatively, Seven of Pentacles reverse can indicate that procrastination, laziness, or aimlessness is like preventing you from manifesting your goals. It can indicate lack of self-reflection or not taking time to plan, and you are aimless. These cards talked about it. You need to find your path. You need to find a support. You need to find your situation first before you compromise with whatever plan you have, and evaluate what you have been doing, okay, and go with it. The reverse position can simply indicate that someone is postponing retirement. So if that is the general context, then it is a great indicator that if you are going to the business path, then you need to focus on the management. Okay, there might be frustration, lack of growth, like impatience because you have started a business or you are going with that, so you need to focus on that. There will be good financial situation later on in this month, and but it can represent a bad situation as well, which means that if there are problems, then you will have a lot of them, but you need to know that even if there are obstacles, there are also rewards for what you are doing. So don't mind too much, okay? And I hope that these messages will find you the inner peace that you have desired, and you will find what you are looking for. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you like this. Bye bye.